Good afternoon, welcome back to today's video. I have a massive book declutter and unhaul ready for you today. I am really overdue a declutter. I also am at max capacity for the amount of books that I can currently store in my house, really. I had put a book on Vinted the other day and it sold straight away, and I was like, right, let's just get into a roll. Let's start putting things on Vinted, let's have a good declutter, let's have a good organise, and let's try and get rid of some of the books that we have been hanging on to, especially on our TBR. Like, there are some books that have been on my TBR for a really long time that I need to have a sort of look over and see if they're worth keeping. There are a lot of books that have been sitting on my TBR stagnant for a while that I just need to have a look at and think, how likely am I going to get around to reading this, and maybe declutter them. I'm also going to have a look at my bookshelves, my bedside table, and we've got books scattered a few other places in the house. So come with me today and we're going to have a good organise. It may be the hottest day of the year, but we are still going to have a little coffee. Behind me we have my bedside TBR. These are the books that I normally would try to get to. They're like my highest interest, my priority reads. I also thought it would be a relatively easy place to start because there aren't too many books here. I shouldn't get too overwhelmed with the size of the project that I have ahead of me, and I think this will help you make some really quick decisions about what from these two stacks here that I might want to keep or get rid of. So from my bedside TBR, there are two books that I have decluttered. I'm going to do a rundown at the end of the video and show you all the books that I have decluttered, unhauled, and I will give you a roundup of which books I'm letting go and why. Thing you should know about me is that I do not have books just in one central location. There is one main bookshelf situation over there, but we have lots of little nook type places where books that are overflow get stored. The dream one day is to have really gorgeous wall to ceiling bookshelves, but we are not renovating this space just yet. So in the meantime, we have a little situation like this.
You are the one that I will call when I'm drunk. You are the one that I just need to feel loving. You saved me from the broken house that I built. You took me in with open arms, and I still want you back, want you back. Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory.
We have got 3 more from that little stack actually. It was surprising to me. I don't know if you can see, but where this goes up and then kind of gets tucked behind this lip, there are a couple of books that actually I didn't even realise were in this stack, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, if I didn't even realise they were there, are they really worth keeping? This next pile I'm not proud of. They just sit on the floor. They don't have a home. They are also TBR overflow, but then they don't have a home. I have been really putting off getting a TBR trolley or organiser because I feel like that's a gateway to letting my TBR expand beyond what you've already seen today, which is my bedside table, that little unit, and now the overflow pile on the floor. Like, if I get a trolley, I'm just So this is the third part of my TBR, scattered around the house as it is, and we're just going to sit on the floor and look through some of the books that we've got on here.
Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory. Some say that hearts come first, but they've never known what it's like to be in love at 20 years old. We kiss in the rain till we catch a cold. Some say that love don't hurt, but I want you back, cause I've got you stuck in my memory. One, two, three. Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory. Some say that hearts come first, but they've never known what it's like to be in love at 20 years old. We kiss in the rain till we catch a cold. Some say that love don't hurt, but I want you back, cause I've got you stuck in my memory.
Out of the humble stack on the floor, I have decluttered another 3. Takes us up to 10, 11 books so far, so I'm feeling good. We haven't even hit the main bookcase yet, so that makes me very happy. I move the sad books on the floor to my bedside table maybe, or try and find another space for them, because they look so bloody depressing just sat there on their own, just like I live in a student house still. Books on the floor. We are now going to tackle the main bookcase. I don't feel like there's much that I want to get rid of, that's the thing, yet I don't have the space, and it's a really tough conflict when you absolutely love reading and books, and I feel like my taste and the books that I've chosen to keep so far are so stripped down. Like, I've really pared down a lot of the authors that I would probably love to keep all of their books. Every other aspect of my life I am able to apply some aspect of minimalism or economy to, except for books. I feel like I have passed through my collection of books so many times, but I'm going to do it again because I'm sure there will still be a couple of books that I can get rid of.
I get the feeling it's a good night. It's so bright. The city's shining from the street lights. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I want to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway. We just sway. Now we sway. We just sway. Don't stop now. We're like the river in the sky. Flying high. Don't think we're ever coming down. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I want to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away.
These are the books that we have decluttered today. I think there's about 13 or 14. I will count up when I'm editing. I thought I would give you a quick rundown of which books I've decluttered and why I'm letting go of them. The first book is more a poetry pamphlet. It was okay, I gave it a 3 stars. It's called 10 Poems About Libraries. It's got a little introductory essay and some little bits in it, and I just don't think I'm going to read this again. And also there was a part of me keeping it on the shelf because I've only recently bought it, so I feel more self-conscious about letting go of newer books or newer items because I haven't had them very long, which I appreciate might not make a lot of sense. And also I was tempted to keep it just because of the size, because it's just a pamphlet, it's a small anthology. But that doesn't mean that I should keep it just because it's little, because if I keep lots of little things, soon that adds up to lots of shelf space. Next, I have a collection of Oscar Wilde essays. These I just don't think I would reread, and that's why I'm letting it go. It's a very sweet, nice edition, which is why I was kind of hanging on to it. I really like these penguin versions. Like, that's very chic and simplistic. I like the style of it, but that's not a reason to keep it. Next, I have a slightly larger poetry anthology, which is also a newer addition to my collection. I only bought this, I think, in February of this year, but I just didn't enjoy it. And it's by one of my favourite poets, which is Caroline Duffy, and this is Serendipity. And that cover is gorgeous, and just the styling of it is exquisite. But I really didn't enjoy this anthology. When I was at the shelves and I was decluttering, I really reread through the handful. There's only a couple here that I sort of folded down as enjoying, and I hadn't even bothered to go through and do any close textual reading or any analysis. Like, normally if I have a poetry anthology, I will take some time to understand them on a deeper level, and I hadn't bothered to do that with this, and I think that's very telling. So I'm going to let this one go. Next, I have a piece of literary theory. It's by a historicist called Stephen Greenblatt. If you studied Shakespeare or English at uni, you probably have heard of him and probably read a lot of him. But this particular copy that I have, it looks to me like it's starting to get mould, and for that reason I'm going to let go of it because it can contaminate the other older books that I have on my shelves. Next, we have The Book of Longings by Sue Monk Kidd. She wrote The Secret Life of Bees, which is a 4 or 5 star book for me, so I was really excited to pick this up. However, this really fell flat for me. I think I gave this a 1 star, but it's one that I would never read again, and it's such a dreary book. I think I compared it in a little review I wrote as to being as long and kind of as torturous in length because of the lack of what's happening as a similar experience to reading King Lear for the first time. Like, there's a lot of pain and anguish and suffering in this book without any respite, really, and it's something that I would actively say to people, don't read this. Almost, like, that's how much I disliked it. Next we have This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. I think this is probably a 4 star book for me. I think this was very popular probably 5 or 6 years ago, if not longer now, actually. But I just don't think I would reread it, and that's what I'm probably going to repeatedly say for most of these books. Am I going to read them again? And this is a very common, popular book. I see it in secondhand bookshops constantly, and it's in charity shops a lot. So if I ever wanted to reread it, it's not a book that I would struggle to find again, so I also don't feel particularly bad about letting this go. Next, I have The Spectacle of Illusion, and this is a book that I did really enjoy, but it's quite big, it's quite chunky, and in the month or two that I've had it, I think I purchased it in February and I read it within the last month, there was a part of me that was thinking, would I reread it? No. But did it also bring any additional value? Like, this book is an intersection of lots of things that I'm interested in. If you were new to reading about the paranormal or mysticism or like early 19th century spiritualism, like, this might be a nice in for you, but it's certainly not a book that I would keep as a reference text, or one that I'd probably just keep on my shelves. It's a John Grisham, it's The Whistler. This has been on my TBR for ages, and I have quite a few John Grishams on my TBR, as you probably saw, and it's just not one I picture myself getting to. It's a cheapy little paperback, and I think I probably paid £1 or £2 for it at the time, and there are other John Grishams really that are higher up my priority list right now, and for that reason I'm just going to let it go. Otherwise it's just going to sit there collecting dust, and someone else might actually enjoy reading this thriller. Way there, I think. The Summer I Turned Pretty. This has been on my TBR for a while, and I've had no inclination to pick it up. I believe it's a sort of YA drama, sort of coming of age story. That cover is particularly sweet, although like I've never had a moment in the sort of year or so that I've owned it where I've gone, I'm going to pop that on my summer TBR, or I'm going to aim to read that in spooky season or over Christmas. Like, it's just not pulled me, and I don't think it ever will. I'm not a big YA or romance reader, and for that reason I'm gonna let it go. This book I really don't know anything about, and I haven't read anything by this author, and that's kind of why I'm letting it go. It was a gift from a friend. They had found it in a secondhand bookshop and thought, this sounds like a bit of you. It has sat on my TBR and sort of stagnated, and any interest that I feel like I originally had in potentially reading it has now kind of trickled away. I haven't read any V.E. Schwab, and I don't know if this would be the first book of theirs that I would go in with. There's a couple of others that have caught my eye that I think would suit my taste more, and I don't think this is one of them. It's a big one. Oh, The Secret Life of Oscar Wilde. I'd read half of this and soft DNF'd it. I can't remember why, and I've never picked it back up. This copy, I strongly suspect, is starting to get a little bit of mold in it. I had a couple of books that got damaged in the same way, and I just don't want to risk this being sat amongst my other books at the moment. This was beautifully written and so thoroughly researched. It's one that I 100% want to repurchase, which I know seems a bit counterintuitive to doing a book declutter, but I will not be buying it anytime soon. But I'm really suspicious of some of the markings, just from my own background in rare books trading, that this is mold, so I need to let it go, unfortunately. Next, this was another one that was gifted to me by a friend. I don't know if I want to hang on to this based on the fact that I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's for me. She thought I might like it, and I just haven't got around to it. It was on my last summer's TBR as one of the books that I wanted to get to over the holiday, and I just didn't. And it's one of those that has not a lot of temptation for me to actually pick up and read. It's been on my TBR again over a year. It's time to let it go. And also, this is again another really nice copy. It's got a really nice flop to it, and hopefully someone will enjoy this thriller. I have another John Grisham here. This one is also, I think, starting to get a little bit moldy. There's some suspicious marks on it, and that's the only reason I wanted to let it go. It's a really nice little hardback, but there is what I suspect to be some mold, so I will be letting this one go. I haven't got around to reading it. It's one of the, I think John Grisham has only written 2 or 3 non-fiction works, and this is one of them. I think this was his first one, and it's about a man who was wrongly incarcerated on death row for a really long amount of time. And I haven't read any of Grisham's non-fiction yet, I don't believe. So this is still one that I really want to get a copy of at some point in the future, but for now, due to the condition that this one is in, I will be letting it go. Next up is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This is meant to be a true crime classic, but every time I pick this up, I just don't feel like it. And on paper, it sounds like something that I would love to read, but right now there are 40 other so higher priority books on my TBR and on my Kindle, and I just don't see myself getting to this anytime soon, so I'm going to let it go. This is brand new. I bought it at 66 books, and I just think someone else would really much more appreciate this. We have 3 books left. This one was another book that was a gift to me, and on paper this sounds like something that I would love. I do enjoy reading history books, especially around forensics or early medicine or various other topics that are sort of adjacent to this, so I can see why she thought it would be certainly of interest to me, but it's just not pulled me. And I know I'm repeating myself by saying this, but there are some books that I look at and I go, am I going to get to this in the next 6 months? Probably not. And I just think, considering this wasn't one that was on my radar as one I wanted to read in the first place, and this isn't an author that I know or I'm really up for giving a chance just yet, this is one that I'm going to let go. I'm feeling more guilt about hanging on to it because someone gave it to me rather than the fact that I want to actually read the book. The penultimate book is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This is a really nice hardback edition. I didn't enjoy the subject matter, and I'd wanted to read this series for so long, and I just felt really disappointed. I don't know if I'm just entirely the wrong age, because I know this is YA, but I found certain parts of the narrative so dry and clunky. I found the use of the photographs in this to add substance to the story as jarring rather than flowing quite nicely with the text and the story that the author was trying to tell. I'm probably just the wrong age group, but this was not for me, and it's a real disappointment because I was really up for a YA kind of spooky new series to pick up and start with. And the final book is The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I bought this on my book trip to Hay last year. I had really wanted to read that, and I found this gorgeous first edition, really good condition as well, but I've read maybe 50 pages of it and I cannot get through the same sort of 50 odd pages. I've found it really dry and slow moving, and I know that this is probably, is it 900 odd pages? I have just struggled repeatedly to get into it. At the beginning, you're introduced to quite a large amount of characters, and there was something that just wasn't keeping me enthralled. I perceive it to be well appraised. I should also want to read it too, and sometimes I think you're allowed just to not enjoy a book. Just because lots of people have given it accolades doesn't mean you need to keep trying and pushing yourself with it. It might just be that it's not for you. Those are all the books that I have decluttered and unhauled today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have read any of the books that I've let go, what did you think of them? And tell me your opinions. This video is going to be part 1 of 2. So the next video that I want to upload is going to visit lots of little local free libraries, and I'm going to donate some of the books. Go see if we can find any treasures, what kind of books people are passing on at the moment. I always find that quite interesting. Thank you again for watching this video. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will speak to you again soon.